Hey there, this is Javanka. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. This is going to be a collective reading. So it's a general reading for anyone that may need this today. I've already got cards jumping out at me. They are seriously... Okay, yeah, Spirit seriously has something that they want you to know. What is our light and shadow today? Spirit, what is it that you'd like us to know? What's the shadow and light for today? Everything is just going all kinds of crazy in my hands. One more. All right. Let's see what we have here. Okay. As I pull the cards up, I do want you to interpret them for yourself as well, as you may see them differently than I do. And of course, this is for entertainment purposes only. And we're starting off with the Queen of Wands. I love how she's balanced and so happy, and definitely passionate. Very passionate about something and keeping that balance with it. She has something to give and protecting what's hers as well. Then that's followed by the Tower card, which that we've got the light, starting with the light and moving into the shadow of this reading. Tower card isn't always a bad thing. Something needs to change. Something that isn't working needs to change. So we need to overcome something that definitely needs to just keep hearing change. Something has to change. What we're wanting what you're wanting inside is to have all of that happiness. The Ten of Cups, it's what you're striving toward, the end of that passion, what you're protecting. You're wanting to have, it doesn't necessarily mean the family, but it could mean that. The family, the children, the spouse, the partner, everything over the rainbow, all the cups in the air. It's the fulfillment, the ending of having it all. And in order to do that, this is what you're wanting inside. And to get there, we have to overcome a few things. You see how we have everybody that's moving up toward to get out. It's that passion they're definitely wanting to overcome. Got to overcome what this is that needs to change. I don't see, normally the Tower is like a destruction, and I don't see a destruction. I just see it as there's something that has to change in order to to have this. It has to be changed. You need to overcome that. And you are overcoming it. You're actually winning. Your passion is getting you there. You're overcoming that without a doubt. And then we have the High Priestess. Her intuition is working with her on this. I love the rune stones that she's got above her. She's got, working with the flow of things and the joy. She's also got Perth. Some things that are a little hidden, but it's still joy that is there. She's calm. She's letting everything come to her. Definitely working with her intuition on this. Keeping a balance on what it is that we always have to keep a balance with our shadow and light anyway. It's the yin and yang of things. And protecting that passion. Your intuition will get you there for sure. I do want to make sure I have some clarity over all of that. Let me use my rune deck and check that. And get clarification. Let's see what we have here. Any other? Alright, and let's start with that and see if we need to pull any more rune cards. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we've got Northeast, and it's in reverse. And it says, the rune represents the obstacles we create for ourselves. And well as those we encounter in the world around us. Both can be equally difficult to handle. I apologize. Honestly, I have a terrible handwriting. Even for myself, I don't even know why I can't read my own handwriting. Does anyone else have that problem? Anyway. Again, the rune represents the obstacles we create ourselves. So there's obstacles that we've created ourselves, as well as those that we encounter, which can be both equally difficult to handle. So there's some obstacles that we need to get over. So that way we can have this abundance and happiness. But again, we've got to work with our intuition. You have it within yourself. And I know I keep saying we, and I include myself in a lot of the readings, because I feel that a lot of them, especially the general ones, definitely are speaking to more than one person. They're speaking to us all. Are there any other clarifying rune cards for this reading, Spirit? Oh my God. And this one just keeps wanting to be stuck to my hand. Let me do a double check on this. Spirit, are you wanting me to use this card in this reading? Yes. Okay, definitely will. Spirit, these two cards that came out, are you wanting me to use these two cards in this reading as well? And that's a yes. Okay. I'm going to start with these two and this one last because it was the one that was stuck at the bottom of the whole thing's stuck to my hand. Alright, we've got Gabo. I don't know why this is one of my favorite runes, but it is. Partnership in some form is at hand. Union with the higher self. The ultimate gift is the realization of the divine in all things. God, and God can mean anything to anyone, whether it's the universal spirit, however you see that. God always enters into the equal partnerships, gift of freedom from which flows all other gifts. Partnership in some form is at hand. Union with your higher self. Again, the intuition, the high priestess, knowing. You already know it's within you. It's within you to be able to overcome that shadow. And then we've got, excuse me, Ingus. This is one of the cycle runes. It counsels preparation. Being centered and grounded, freeing yourself from all unwanted influences and seeing the humor. You are prepared, excuse me, you are prepared to open the wall of heaven. Okay, being centered, grounded. Being centered and grounded. Freeing yourself from all unwanted influences. And even this could be seeing the humor. Aren't you happy? This is definitely showing happiness. And look at the children. They're running around playing. They're definitely seeing the humor in life. And then the one stuck to me is Ethwas. This speaks to the difficulties that can arise at the beginning of a new life. And this was near the beginning. That Tower card. Often it announces a time of waiting for spring to fill up with water, for fruit to ripen on the bow. On the bow, excuse me. Okay. It makes more sense why the Tower card would have come so early in this. So difficulties can arise at the beginning. And it's at the beginning of that new life that you're wanting to have. It's getting over these difficulties. But again, it goes back to it's already within you. You just have to look down into yourself. Meditation definitely is one way of doing that. Being quiet and into yourself. Just, you know, when you take that deep breath and then let it out again, it just relaxes your entire body. You can then go into yourself to overcome the difficulties. Center yourself. Definitely center yourself so that you can get to this happiness of everything. Now, there were a few decks that Spirit led me to use today. And I even have them in the order that Spirit wanted me to use them. So this is the Spirit Animal. What spirit animal did you want us to have today, Spirit? something. Sometimes when things don't want to come out, it's simply because I'm not finished with something yet. Let me just double check. I don't know why I feel it, but I do. Is there another message from the Rune card deck that you want to give to us? And that is a yes. Okay. All right. What other message is there, Spirit? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I know it can't be all four of those. So let's see who it is. Got you. Did you want this card to be pulled? Okay. Did you want this card to be pulled? Okay. Did you want this card to be pulled? Okay. And did you want this card to be pulled? I knew it couldn't have been them all. And let me just ask before going any further then. Is this the last card from the Rune card deck that you want to have pulled? Okay. Wow. Okay. And we've got Ngu's again. Above all, completion is crucial here. It may be timely that you complete some project now. If so, make that your first priority. You must fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. All right. Interesting. Okay. So definitely, again, that intuition. You already know what it is that you need to be grounded for to overcome and have. Okay then. What spirit animal this one wanted to come? And so does this one, okay? I've got the PDFs, seriously 3. So if it's 3, we've got to pass. We have 3. We have 3. Okay. And I'm feeling inside of me that all 3 of these needed to be out. So I have the PDF for the spirit animals that I'll go ahead and read so that we have the full context of them. Excuse me. Let me just get that PDF pulled up. Alright, the first one is number 38, the lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. Oh my goodness. Dream the world into being. Let me get that pulled up. Here we are, lizard spirit. I love that. I actually have. I've always loved lizards ever since I was a small child. Lizards, dragons. I remember asking my dad to buy me a fish tank so that I could capture a lizard from outside for it to be my pet. As an adult, I had 2 bearded dragons and now a crested gecko. Alright, so the lizard spirit dreamed the world into being. The oracle message is, when was the last time you basked in the sun and allowed yourself to daydream, to imagine what might be and who you might become? To imagine what might be and who you might become. Lizard spirit appears when you are called to let your imagination flow and dream something new. Inspiration is available to you now if you are willing to slow down and let your eyes close a little, allowing ideas to dance in your head. What might come into being if you were to pursue your dream? How might you grow and expand if you allowed yourself to dare to believe in the impossible? Making it possible first in your dreaming mind and then in the world as you co-create with spirit. Give in to the power of imagination and soon your dream will become clearer. The steps will reveal themselves, and what was ephemeral will begin to coalesce into form. Dream it and be it. Spirit asks you to dare to dream big. Wow, dare to dream big. The next spirit animal we have is the canary spirit. Sing your own song. Sing your own song. The canary spirit arrives to help you find your authentic voice and express what's in your heart. Free yourself to experience your inner light and let it shine. As canary spirit sings to remind you of your inherent joy and to support you as you sing your own song, now is the time to let the world know who you really are. Canary spirit's message is that you are free to be yourself and express your most cherished desires. The world wants to hear your song. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you're being called to fully be yourself, for only then will you find harmony and joy. You can make music with others so beautifully when your note rings true. I love when oracle cards work so well within a reading and just continue to clarify what's already been said. And then the third spirit animal, and it's any one of these spirit animals can be for you, or all three. I just want you to know that. But the third one is number 49, the rabbit spirit. Now is a lucky time. Number 49. A sunny meadow calls, and rabbit spirit appears to lead you out of your dark warren and into the light so that you can participate in a fertile and beautiful experience. It may seem safe below ground, but the magic happens when you come out and take the risk of being vulnerable and co-creating something new. You're being invited into a new life that you have no experience with, but have no fear. Today is also a time to be fruitful and productive as you enjoy Rabbit Spirit's sunny and prolific energy. At this time, whatever you intend to bring to life will find fertile ground. There are no mistakes, really, when you are co-creating with Spirit, so let new ideas spring to the surface, knowing now is a lucky time of tremendous possibility. The way this reading has begun and is flowing definitely makes me understand why Spirit led me to the next deck that I have. And this is the Shadow and Light deck that I have. I also have its book on PDF. Let me go ahead and get that pulled up. There we go. As I said, I thought I felt the card come out. And for this I have two. And let me, before revealing them both completely, let me just double check. Spirit, did you want this card to come out? Okay. And did you want this card to come out? All right, both of them. So we are starting with Fairy of the Highlands. It's time to be brave. And she is number 20. All right. The divination message for Fairy of the Highlands is the time of truce is over. It's time to speak your truth and be strong. I am sorry. When I went to look back over the video, I realized the part with the oracles of shadows and light completely stopped. My camera stopped recording when I started talking about them. So let me tell you what they are. The first is the Fairy of the Highlands. Excuse me, my allergies are kicking in. And it's card number 20. And the message is, it's time to be brave. That's the message of this fairy. The divination message is, the time of truce is over. It's time to speak your truth and be strong. People have been taking over your ground, wanting what you have worked hard for, without doing the work themselves. They have done so by taking advantage of your peaceful nature. but enough is enough. Sad as it is, it's time to change this, to cut away the cords between you and those who have taken so much. And now you will go into battle. Yes, it is sad. Yes, the Highland Fairy is sad for you. But do not allow sorrow and guilt to neglect self-protection. Honor yourself, raise your sword, and do not back down. So this is being true to yourself. Nothing in a literal sense, of course, but speak your truth. And even if that means you're the person you need to speak your truth to, because sometimes we're not even honest with ourselves. And so speak your truth. And then we've got the Pink Lotus Fairy, a time for spirit. And her number is 43. All right. And her divination message is spiritual quest, travel, calm, relaxed yoga pose, self-love, and self-acceptance. Third eye and crown chakra activation, chakra awakening, connection to all. Crown chakra centered to the universe, receiving universal love messages. Love connected peacefully to the earth. Peaceful flowing energy in the body. Tranquil, sublime spiritual moments of connection. Blessings showering upon you due to correct relationships with body and soul. Time to take a class, course, or new study program. Time to welcome in a new teacher, either in the form of a physical being or perhaps a path that speaks to your heart at this time, or a spirit guide who resonates with you. Know that while this path and tranquil, easeful philosophy may seem out of character for you, it is a deep and true part of yourself that has long yearned for acknowledgement, fulfillment, and the nirvana that is on its way. Speak your truth. The shadow side of you is not allowing you to do what needs to be done to get rid of that negative, to get that nirvana. Alright, let me move on with the rest of the video. And the last deck that I have that Spirit wanted me to use were Spirit Messages. It's a Spirit message that we have. And there are two with this as well. I'm not even going to ask because I'm already used to this now. It's going to be more than one. No matter how much you are being tested or pushed right now, stand your ground and push back. Believe in your own integrity and self-worth so much that no one can get in your way. Have the confidence to move forward. You can and will do this. Perhaps you are reminded all too often just how quickly the phases in your life can shift. One change after another. You are learning to adapt and grow. Be kind and gentle with yourself. Wow. Okay, so seriously, this reading was unlike any that I've done, even for myself so far. There were so many things that came out. If you need to rewind and watch this again, if it resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. I really want to know what part of this resonated with you. And share if you feel that this would be helpful for someone else. I love you. Have an awesome day. Bye.